Tutorpreneur Hero Award winner. Woo! So Letrice ended up getting the most points in the last jumpstart group, and she is joining us today to be able to receive her award. So I'm super excited to be able to give that to her, and you guys are going to get to hear Letrice's story, learn a little bit more about who she is, who she helps, how did she get her students, and all that lovely stuff. So Letrice, thanks for joining me here today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Woo woo. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
So tell everybody a little bit more about who you are, where you're from, what you tutor, all that fun stuff.
So I actually tutor K through 8 with Love to Learn Tutoring LLC. I tutor math, reading, ELA, everything just about from
Mm-hmm.
those grades. So, but my main focus, my main niche is math. I love math. Math is like my passion. It speaks to me as we have our own love language.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's how I
Yes.
feel about reading. So how did you end up becoming passionate about teaching math?
Okay, so I've always loved math. Since I was a kid, I've always had the for it.
Yeah.
So to me, math is simple. It's either you have it right or you have it wrong, and that's what I love about math.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so if it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, let's figure out what we did to correct it and get it right, right? So
Right.
I just always had a love for math and actually science too. So they basically kind of go hand in hand. Like right
Mm-hmm.
now, I have an eighth grader, her math and her science, they look like the same thing. Exactly. It looks like you're doing math when you're doing her science. So I love both, but math most definitely speaks to me for sure.
Mm. And how did you end up getting into the whole like deciding to go into tutoring?
So tutoring, I would kind of say that I kind of fell into it, but everything by the act of God, I guess. So my husband actually went in the military 2016. We moved, so I had to leave my job from the VA and kind of figure out what I was going to do. He actually deployed, and I actually moved home and stayed with my mom and
Mm.
in a small town and trying to figure it out. Like, okay, what am I going to do? I had a girlfriend that actually suggested subbing.
Uh-huh.
So I subbed elementary and middle school and found out that the level that I like teaching is elementary,
Yeah.
second grade to be specific. So I did that for a little while. And then a lot of something that people don't really know about me is I left subbing. My husband came back. So I moved back to Fayetteville, North Carolina from Goldsboro, Kinston area of North Carolina. And I had to figure it out. We had a lot of stuff going on in our family around that time. We had someone in our household that had cancer.
Oh,
I had just gotten back from being overseas, and I was pregnant. I
oh
had a
wow.
miscarriage.
Oh,
So I had to find a way to do something versus being at home and being depressed.
yeah.
And also take my mother-in-law to her appointments. So I had to be close to home pretty much. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna figure this out. I have to, find something that's gonna fit me. Right down the street, 8 minutes from our house was a tutoring center. So in the tutoring center, I had my own classroom. I got to tutor the way I wanted. And that's something I found out while I was subbing that at first I was like, oh, I want to be a teacher. I want to go back, get some more education, be a teacher. And then I started seeing the political side of teaching and I
Mm.
didn't care for it.
Yeah.
So I loved how I did with tutoring. I was able to teach and tutor the way I wanted to, set up my classroom the way I wanted to. Because the way my tutoring style is, I basically reflect off of the child's emotions, how they feel. I mean, the first thing I ask all my students when I get on Zoom with them is, how was your day?
Yeah.
How's your day? How was school today? Anything interesting happen? And we go through the whole spiel. For my younger students, I use three, like a smiley face, a not so smiley face, and a really grumpy face. And I'm like, okay, so today are we green, red, or yellow? And sometimes they tell me yellow. I haven't had anybody tell me red, yellow. And I was like, well, how can we fix that? How can we fix that? Because you have to be engaged and,
Yeah.
get along in the situation as far as tutoring. You have to be happy. So my goal is, if they are frowning during the first session, is to actually make them smile in the first 10 minutes. And it makes the tutoring session go by so well. So it all started from subbing, finding a tutoring center to tutor by my home. And those first group of children I had, as far as tutoring in that tutoring center, they actually saved me. They don't know to this day how much they did for me during that time. They had no idea, because I was bubbly, everything for them. And it actually helped me heal to actually tutor them. And then I realized, I came to epiphany, like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. It's totally different from all the other jobs I've ever had. And people, I need people that know me, 20, 25 years, they're like, you doing what? They was like, that's so different from what we known you to do in the past. So, but
Yeah.
those kids actually saved me. They did. So now, fast forward, we left Fayetteville, came to Florida, and here I am, my own tutoring business, and I'm like blown
Mm.
away.
That's
So,
amazing.
yeah.
Congratulations. What an
Thank
exciting
you.
story. Well, what did it look like as you went through the pandemic for you?
You know what? We moved in the middle of the pandemic. For a
Okay.
year, I didn't do anything. For a whole year that we was here trying to figure everything out, get everything set up. When you
Mm-hmm.
move to a different area, it's kind of, I mean, it was like a ghost town here. And
Yeah.
and I live in a town you have to come through to go to Destin,
Yeah.
Florida, which is like a very hot spot during the summer. So it was like, it was enough time to breathe and be like, okay, let's figure this out. And I end up being in an area where I got to reconnect with a girlfriend that was stationed over at Herbert Field. And I had no idea she was here. And we had seen each other in probably about 10 years.
Wow.
And we went out to eat, and she knows my background. She know I used to drag race, I used to ride motorcycles, like I used to do a whole lot of stuff, travel, I don't travel as much as I used to, but she knows my past. And she was like, so what's next for you? And I was just like, what? I had a big question mark. Like, I didn't know what to say. And that's when I literally jumped into action when I got home. Was like, look, Letrice, I looked at myself like, look, you have to get it together, and you have to do something for Letrice. You do everything for all these people in your life. What are you going to do for you?
Mm-hmm.
And literally, I jumped online, applied, for my LLC, and started my tutoring business then. I had already been tutoring like maybe like 3 students right there at the time. And then I was like, I'm already doing it. Let me just make it into an LLC and website, do this, do that, So, and then it was like, I was asking God at, close to the end of the year, like, God, I need help. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know where to go and what to do for this. And then up and behold, God placed your YouTube channel in my lap.
Aw.
So that's how that happened. I joined Jumpstart. So,
Oh, I
and I'm
love
so
it.
grateful. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I remember seeing you in Clubhouse too.
Hmm.
You were
And I
inside
was
a
in Clubhouse
Clubhouse,
a
yeah.
lot. Hmm.
Uh-huh. I remember seeing you in there, and then you came to Impact
Hmm.
as well, and then you ended up joining Jumpstart. So you
Yes.
were at a pretty rough spot, like right before you joined Jumpstart, kind of in that headspace of I have no idea what I'm doing. I kind of need some more guidance, and you had a lot of
Hmm.
experience.
Hmm.
Um, it wasn't the tutoring side of things for sure that you needed help with. It was
Hmm.
more like that running the side of the business stuff, and
Yeah,
that
exactly.
that is right the place where most people get stuck. It's I'm really great at being able to do this piece of it with the tutoring and helping the kids that I love to serve, but this whole business part of it, like how do I do this? How do I get new clients? How do I just keep it flowing? And so as you went through Jumpstart, then what was your experience like as you went through the program?
So Jumpstart was absolutely amazing. There was so much stuff like, for example, color. This is actually one of my main colors. Starting to wear this like during my tutoring sessions, matching my website, matching my Instagram. Color. I had no idea about color and how color seems to a person's eye. I just knew that this color, this royal blue, looks good on everyone. I didn't know about all the different websites you could use. I didn't know nothing about SEOs. I mean, there was a lot. What like keywords to use, and Instagram. I was one of those people that was kind of afraid of Instagram. And I was like, you know what? You're gonna do this. Put yourself out there, just do it. I mean, I changed my name where you could see my name. I didn't know how important that was too. Actually having my real government legal name out there so people could actually find me on all platforms if they're searching for me.
Yeah.
Just different. And then the camaraderie of having people around me that are just like me. I mean, even when it comes down to my accountability partner, we still talk. We still have our Friday sessions. It's just, I found my people because I was in groups on Clubhouse. People were talking about, having a mentor, having an accountability partner, having a coach. And they just didn't, they won't, they were not what I was looking for. I was like, I want to look for somebody that has the experience that I'm trying to get to, I
Yeah.
wanted a tutoring coach,
Yeah.
Suzanne was great, you're amazing, of course. And I'm just like, I found my people. Like I found where I'm supposed to be.
I know.
People that I could go to and ask questions and be like, hey, what do you think about this? Collaborate things with. It's just, Jumpstart was a blessing. Most definitely a blessing.
Awesome. And you ended up getting quite a few students as you went through Jumpstart.
Yes. So I ended up, okay, so I got, I want to say, was it 2 or 3 students in the beginning? And then I got a homeschool student that I see full time, 5 days a week.
Oh my gosh.
And he is one of my previous students that I used to tutor.
Oh.
And his mom actually took him out of school system in the middle of the year, and he was supposed to go to North Carolina, and his grandma was going to do everything with him. And that was very hard for her and her family to be sending him off like that, and her dad and everything, because she's very busy. Father's very busy, so it's like, okay, we have to do something to help him. So what happened was she actually went to the airport with her son, and they were on the plane getting ready to go to North Carolina. The plane broke. They told them they had to get off. And she said she took that as a sign from God and was like, I am texting Miss O right now. She was texting me from the airport. And I said, you know what? We'll work it out. We'll work it out, because I want him to succeed. We'll work it out. Whatever we got to do, we'll work it out. And sure enough, we're here today working it out. I mean, he's here and it's just been a joy. I have a whole new different look on schooling. I've done so much research on that and actually joined groups with schoolers and homeschool moms. And, because I do eventually want to homeschool our own children also whenever they come about. So I have learned a lot, and it's just been amazing. I have a whole different look on homeschool. It's totally not what I pictured.
Yes.
And it's been amazing. It's been amazing.
Yeah. And did you end up going through, because I created that homeschooling course as well. Did you end up going through that as well?
No, but there was like something I looked at that did have something. I want to say, no, I do have that course. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I do have that. But I think you gave it away with something. And I went like, yeah, okay. And I went totally through it and looked at it and was like, wow, I didn't realize there were so many different avenues dealing with homeschool. I had no idea. In different ways to homeschool,
Yeah. Yeah, there's all these different
Yeah.
like paths that you can kind of take.
Mhm.
And it's really cool. I think it's kind of cool even if like you're thinking about already like okay, I'm thinking of homeschooling. Now you can start thinking about okay, what would the homeschooling path journey that I go on,
Mhm.
what would that look like for me? Like what type
Exactly.
of homeschooler would I be? I think that's awesome.
Mhm.
And I think the empathy piece too is my favorite part of that
Mhm.
course, just really understanding why do people homeschool? You know, so many people are
Mhm.
so judgmental towards people who homeschool. And it's like, let's take those judgments away because these people purely want to be able to help their kids,
Yes.
right? There's nothing
Mhm.
inside of it that is greedy or
Mhm.
um, you know, so many people just think like, oh my gosh, how are your kids going to get, you know, socialized and all those kinds of
Mhm.
things. And it's like, they're going to get socialized. They're going to do other things and it's going to be fine.
Yeah. Absolutely enjoy it. I think it's a beautiful thing. I mean, we're planting stuff. He's actually been able to see things grow, and it's just been beautiful. And his mom was like, he talks about you every night, like to the point
Aww.
where I'm gonna tutor their other son over the summer,
Aww.
and I'm actually taking him on for homeschool the season coming up. Yeah, so because we were
Aww.
waiting for him to start into a different private school, but now
Uh-huh.
I'm going to be homeschooling him because she likes the
Aww.
progress that he's making with the one-on-one and with
Yeah.
us doing the things that we do.
Oh,
So,
that's amazing. Oh my gosh.
I
What
absolutely
a
love it.
blessing. Oh my
Yes, it
gosh.
is. Yes, it is.
I so love it. It's so
Yes.
amazing. Now, you also, the two or three other students that you got, are those online tutoring students that you were able to
Yes.
get? Great.
Everybody's online but my homeschool student.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
I know that we taught like a couple weeks ago, but
yeah.
I've done picked up two more since then.
Oh,
Yeah,
shut up. That's
yeah,
awesome. Yay,
yeah, yeah.
congratulations. And it
Hey,
doesn't stop. Like, as long as you continue to put
yeah,
actions into your business, like, it doesn't stop. And I think that's the beautiful
yeah.
part is you keep getting students. Like, students will come, students will go. But
Mhm.
it's really, really awesome. I'm so excited for you. What a great journey.
Yeah,
And how did
thank
those
you.
students end up finding you?
Okay, so I sent my homeschool student's mom a video of him writing sentences on his own because he wasn't doing that before.
Hmm.
She posted it and wrote, what she thought about everything and tagged me in it. Somebody saw it and contacted me. Was like, hey, like
Hmm.
my kids need help, and I was in the mindset of, I probably won't get too many students over the summer. I probably just chill out because nobody's really gonna want to tutor over the summer. It's a lie. People are reaching out.
Yes.
Yes, like no,
It,
I need for you to teach my kid over the summer. Like okay.
and that's really the thing, right? So many people think that summer's going to be like this lull and there aren't going to be students, and
Hmm.
and that certainly can be the case when we get into the upper grades, certain subjects, those kinds of things where they don't, it's not like they have a gap that they need to close, or
Hmm.
they're not trying to pass a class, right? And so that certainly can happen, and then we can get creative on offering um, courses to get ready for the next course that they're going
Yeah.
through, summer classes. My tutoring just kind of goes throughout the year. It doesn't ever
Hmm.
stop until I tell them that I'm taking a vacation.
Hmm.
So my summers actually end up being a little bit busier than the rest of the year
Okay.
sometimes. So I end up getting like more and more and more, and I have such a hard time saying no.
Hmm.
Have you gotten to the point where you've had to say no to people yet?
Yeah, I have. I have. I really have. Either I don't feel like we're a good fit,
Uh-huh.
just off the vibes I get, or it's just that the times that they want or need, they I don't have it. It's not available.
Yeah.
And then I will offer Saturday, but I actually charge more on Saturdays.
Okay.
So and they hear the price on Saturday, and then I'm like, I'm not gonna. Okay. So I'm like, oh, no problem.
That's great. That's a great strategy.
Yeah.
Like if you kind of want your Saturdays off, but you're going to say
Hmm.
yes to Saturdays, charge a little bit more for Saturdays so that people are more likely to try to fill in the weekday
Hmm.
time. Um,
Exactly.
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I just tell people I don't work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Hmm.
Um, I tell them that either I tell them I'm booked or I don't have those times available, or
Hmm.
usually I don't start off just telling them I don't work those days.
Hmm. No, I totally
But
understand that.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I have this time on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday open.
Hmm. And I think I'm leaning towards that too, where I'm going to take Fridays and Saturdays off for sure. Well, I always have Sundays off, but then
Yeah.
I'll just work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday and Thursday, or Monday through Thursday. So,
It is nice for me to kind of have like a catch up day. So, like
hmm
Fridays is really like my big catch up day. I can catch up on email. I can catch up on, you know, if I have any reports that I need to write up, or it gives me a good time to work on some other things. And so I just kind of call it my office day. But my office day could be a 3-day weekend if I so choose.
exactly, exactly.
So
I
it's
love
a
it.
lot of, yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I love it. So there are lots of people out there that they're kind of struggling too with their tutoring business, and they're wondering, you know, what do you do when you get to that point where you're struggling, right? Like what's some advice that you could give them?
Join Jumpstart. Join Jumpstart. Right? And besides that, take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
One day at a time, and just breathe. Because I had to get into a situation where I am not spending all my time on the computer, because
Yeah.
during Jumpstart, I was getting up 2 o'clock in the morning
Oh my gosh.
and going about my day after that. And I found myself very tired in the afternoon.
Sure.
So I kind of had to adjust my schedule and be like, okay, Letrice, these are the times you need to be on the computer. Get done what you need to get done. Get off.
Yeah.
Spend time with your family. Do this, do that, make sure you get your workout in, things of that nature. Basically, having a really tight schedule.
Hmm.
So, anybody call me and be like, hey, you want to go do this? Oh, I got to look at my calendar. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that day's not good. Oh, I can meet you between 12 and 3,
Yeah.
so just take one day at a time and have a schedule. That
Yeah.
schedule is key. I
Hmm.
know that's my function for everything.
Yeah, and that's why like we utilize. I think, do I have it over here? I'm constantly using my 90x goal planner because that helps me with
Hmm.
planning out my day, my time. What do I need to focus on?
Exactly.
And it
Hmm.
keeps me like just focusing on exactly what I need to focus on. Because I
Hmm.
find like for me, when I start my day, if I haven't written down what I need to focus on the night before, I kind
Hmm.
of sit there and kind of flutter. Like I'm just kind of like, okay, I could work on this or I could work on that, and then I get into my email and then I get lost. And
Hmm.
when I just write down that list,
Down.
it's like, okay, here it is. This is what you're going to focus on, Joanne, and that's what I focus
Yes.
on. And I go on with my day until I have students or clients that I'm working with. And
Hmm.
I love my schedule. I absolutely love my schedule, and I can't imagine my life being any other way. So it's
Yeah.
so incredible. And I love that you're getting results with the students that you're working with
I
too.
am, and it's such a beautiful thing when it happens. I like, even with my homeschool student, I'm just like, sometimes when he like gets stuff, I just want to cry. So sometimes I just
Mm.
scream, and he'll look at me like, so everything okay? Everything's fine. Everything's great. So I absolutely love it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. So what
Yeah.
is your big goal like in the next 5 years, 10 years from now? Where do you see yourself with your business?
So I most definitely want a bigger business. I want to hire on more tutors. I want to be able to go past 8th grade. I just want to be bigger and better, and all online, of
Mm.
course. I want to stay online. I don't know why I didn't do online in the beginning, or why I waited so long to tutor and do this. Well, I guess, I've always had that push in that direction, but I just never took the jump.
Yeah.
So, but most definitely bigger and better. I want to be able to reach out to more students internationally, preferably in Nigeria, because that's where my family's from.
Hmm.
So just to be able to do stuff, um, build a school later on in life. There's a lot of stuff I want to do
I
for
love
sure.
it. You got some
Yeah.
great goals on there. That's amazing. Now you've
Thank
done
you.
both the in person and online, and you're like, I'd
Yes.
never go back to like just like advertising
No.
myself for in person. What is it that you like about the online versus the in person?
I can actually see more students,
Yeah.
and I can help more people. It's about me helping more kids,
Hmm.
because at a point in time in my life as a kid, I was them, and I want to be able to help as many kids as possible.
Mm.
So that's my goal. I want to help as many kids as possible. I
Yeah.
want to be able to have little pause also where I have like four at a time.
Hmm.
Just I want to be able to help as many kids as possible because
Yeah.
I was that kid and I was very quiet and I kind of a little loner by myself. And I want to be able to help those kids grow and flourish in what they love to do. Like,
Mm.
so I meet them where they are, and that it also includes their personalities and what they're facing in life. I've had some lifelong lessons during my tutoring sessions,
Yeah.
so I want to help. I've had conversations with my parents and they're like, well, with this, can you kind of say something to him or say something to her? And I said, oh, Dad, I got it. No problem.
Mm.
Just to help them. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I love
Build that
that.
confidence. So,
I think there's so many of us too that want to do that. We want to be able to
hmm
help as many students as we can. We start realizing that driving to the houses and having to like carry my materials with me. I don't know if you
hmm
had to do this at all, but like,
I had to do it.
did you have the big bag of like
I had a big
stuff?
bag. Hmm
The big bag of stuff like that you're like
Yes.
carrying around. Like I don't know how we don't have like big back injuries from this.
hmm
But like I would carry my big bag of stuff with me. I never brought my computer with me. And
That,
right? Like you brought your
yeah.
stuff with you, but you didn't bring your computer
Yeah.
with you. My computer now is like my backbone. Like I can't imagine
Not
having
having it.
anything else. I don't need anything else.
Exactly.
Everything is
hmm
online. I
hmm
always tell my parents that are kind of like, I'd kind of like to do in person. I'd be like, I don't teach any differently in person
hmm
than I do online because the online is
hmm
so much more effective. So,
Yes.
like my books are online, my everything, all my tools, my
Everything.
resources are online. So, if your child
hmm
is sitting with me at my house, they're looking at a computer just so that you know. I
hmm
don't want to hide anything from you and you'd be like, I thought this would be so different, but like I have been able to close the gap so much quicker because of it
hmm
and be able to use those resources and tools. Oh, I love it. What are your favorite resources and tools? Because I know you kind of teach a little bit of everything. What are your favorite resources and
Yes.
tools?
Okay. So I got the XP pen
Ah,
and learned about this from Jumpstart.
uh
I
huh.
forgot his name. I can't think of his name right now.
Oh yeah, yes,
Um,
I got it as well.
yes, but I
Hmm.
can't think of the guy that was in Jumpstart that we met on Thursdays. I can't think of his name.
Oh, Max.
Matt's talked about this, and this
Hmm.
has been God sent. I love this thing. This is like
Hmm.
my favorite thing. I absolutely love that. So, and the bit paper, love the bit paper because I teach a lot of math.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, if I don't have on hand quickly what I need, because a lot of times the students are coming with work and it's stuff that they have gone over in class, like especially my upper level kids.
Hmm.
And I have to create something based off the top of my head and be like, okay, bit paper, we're doing this, and I'm writing out stuff and be like, solve it, tell me what you get from that, tell me all your steps, because if you're able to tell me, then I know you understand it.
Hmm.
So that bit paper and this XP pen are amazing to me.
Yeah.
Those are I use those the most.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hmm
and you can because it's like all you really need is a great whiteboard and a pen in
hmm
order to be able to do the work and all of that great stuff. So awesome.
hmm
So if you guys are out there, you teach math, take a look at bit paper, take a look at some kind of writing tablet that you can utilize, whether it's the XP pen or the
hmm
Huion or whatever one. I mean, they all are great. So check it out and see which one you like the best and go
hmm
from there. So
Yeah.
awesome, awesome. So sometimes we have people that they're like on the fence about joining Jumpstart, and they're just kind of like, I don't know, like, do I invest? Do I not invest? For people who are kind of on the fence when it comes to that time for them, what advice would you give them?
You'll get your investment back. Like, hands down, you would get your investment back. Like, so it's so worth just jumping into
Jump
Jumpstart
in, jump
and
in.
jump in, just do it. I guarantee you will learn something you didn't know
Hmm.
for
Yeah,
sure that will help you in your business. And most definitely, if you do all the work, you'll get a student.
yeah,
You'll get a
yeah.
student.
And if you don't get a student during the course, you get a refund.
Mm-hmm.
And if you and most likely, I mean, none of that information goes away. So it's kind of like a safety net, right? It's like, okay, if I don't get a student, I get my money back. All right, I'm going to go get a student. I'm going to try this. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to go.
Yeah.
And you don't lose any of the information that you learn as you go through the course. And so
Yeah.
I always tell people if they don't get a student as they go through the course, it's a yet. It's inevitable that you're going to get a student as
You're
you
going
go
to get a
through
student.
this. You're going to get
Yeah, you're going to get a student. Going to get a student for sure.
And some people get a student that wants to hire them 5 days a week, all day long.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Wow.
Yeah, I
I'm so
couldn't turn
excited for
away.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
What a great
Thank you.
opportunity. What a great experience. You're making such a huge impact on kids' lives. And that's what this is all about. I mean, kids don't have to struggle. We can help them. And, some kids, they do learn a lot better one-on-one with somebody else showing them what to do. So
They do.
being able to sit in a classroom where you get bored and you can, start turning to some other negative behaviors and that isn't going to be able to help all kids.
Yeah.
So I'm so grateful that I found this path of tutoring and what a great career. I mean, I just get to be lit up every single day by my students. You get to be lit up by all your students.
Yeah.
I get to be lit up by all you tutors that are out there and are getting students and are part of our community. And it is incredible. Awesome.
And you've been doing this for years.
I have.
I mean, how many people, like a number, how many tutors have you helped over the years?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Because
like
I have people who just watch my YouTube channel
yeah.
for years, and I've got over like 6,700 subscribers there. I've got like 11,000 people in our ultimate support group for online tutors. And sometimes you just never know how much of an impact you make on other people that you don't actually get to interact with. So I know we've had over 280 people so far go through our Jumpstart course and have gotten amazing results. I have people who just buy the book. I just saw somebody who said that they had read the book. So I have people who just buy the book and then, that's all they need. And then I have people that they continue to move forward, with me. So, I'm just grateful to be out there and sharing with people what works in tutoring because I personally have experienced all the things that don't work. I've experienced working with other people who aren't in our industry that will guide you in the wrong direction. And I know that when you decide to become an online tutor, we all would appreciate the quick path, right? Be like, I just want to do step by step what it is that I need to do in order to get my business up and running and get success with it versus try this, and you take that dry spaghetti and expect it to stick to the wall.
Yeah. Let me tell you what somebody asked me the other day. Somebody looked at me and they were like, "Do you see yourself doing this for the rest of your life?" I said, "Yes. Yes." I could wholeheartedly say yes.
Yes.
I was like, I will do this for the rest of my life. I love it that much.
Yeah. I always tell people that teaching reading to kids is my passion, but helping tutors be able to master their business is my mission.
Nice.
So, yeah, I've had people ask me the same thing, and it's like, they'll be like, so when do you plan on retiring? I'm like, I think that's the cool thing about my job. I don't have to retire.
You have to, yeah.
Like, there is no, I have to retire at this age because I got too old. Like, there are so many people who have retired that decide, you know what, I'm going to do tutoring now. And they get into online tutoring. I'm like, go. Like,
exactly.
We shouldn't have people telling us that we're too old to be able to do what we love to do. Right?
And we can do it anywhere in the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your story. And congratulations.
No problem. Thank you.
I just sent you, and I'll show you guys what it looks like too. I just sent Letrice her Tutorpreneur Hero Award. It looks just like this. Yay! Whoop, whoop. for getting the most amount of points during our Jumpstart Masterclass. I'm so excited that you were able to not only come on into that class, but you were really able to master those pieces and be set up for success with your business. That's awesome.
And I just want to say thank you, Joanne, for everything.
Aww.
Like, I'll continue to be on your page, continue to be on your YouTube. I just want to say thanks for everything.
Oh, you are
And
welcome.
you are making a huge impact. Huge impact.
Yay. Who doesn't like to hear that, right?
Yeah.
Well, thank you. And you guys, coming up soon, you guys are going to get to hear all about a new new thing that's coming on up. It's a new summit for reading tutors called Opportunity, and we're focusing it on the science of teaching reading. That's coming up April 29th. So those people that are interested in reading and learning more about teaching reading and the right way to teach reading, definitely keep your eyes open Sunday and Monday, because I'm going to be sending out some more information to people all about it. So thanks for joining us, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.